This is a CBC special presentation. This program has been produced in accordance with applicable COVID-19 public health guidelines.
How lucky am I? What a thrill it is to be once again spending New Year's Eve in the living rooms and on the tablets of the nation. But before we get started, I have a promise. This show is not about the pandemic, and it's not about COVID. In fact, you will not hear the P word or the C word from me. No, because tonight is about the future, and I believe the future is bright. It is as bright as the lights that are shining behind me in beautiful Portagrave Harbor, Newfoundland and Labrador. You know, when I'm in a location like this, in a situation like this, I like to rely on a nautical metaphor. And when I think of the past year or two, I can't help but think of my poor Uncle Saul. He had a boat with an outboard motor, and he was always futzing with it. But no matter what he did, it would never start on the first or the second pull. It would sputter, it would putter, but then go silent. But the third pull was always the charm. The third pull was glorious. And that's the way I feel. I feel the last 2 years were the first two pulls of the decade. And this year, the engine will roar to life, we'll take off, we won't look back. Tonight is about playing with the choke and setting sail. I know, I just mixed my nautical metaphors. You don't sail with an outboard motor, but my point is, we're all in this together. We are connected. Let's say goodbye to this year as one and all agree. The new decade starts right now.
Welcome to New Year's Eve 2022. Join us tonight as we touch down throughout this country and celebrate new beginnings. Guiding us through the night is our host, Rick Mercer, from his home in Newfoundland and Labrador. This is Canada's New Year's Eve countdown to 2022 on CBC.
Hello and welcome to Countdown to 2022 on CBC, live from my shed in Chapels Cove, Newfoundland and Labrador. Like so many Canadians, my New Year's Eve plans went sideways this year. I was originally going to be broadcasting tonight from the Blue Mountain Ski Resort in Collingwood, Ontario. But I was literally on my way to the airport when, as they say around these parts, things got tangly. So I turned around, I came back to my favorite place on earth, my shed. It's warm, it's toasty, it's pretty much the only place I know where I can get in without having to scan a QR code or getting a pipe cleaner shoved up my nose. And that's a positive. And if you know me, you know I'm all about the positive. In fact, I made a list of Canadians who enjoyed this past year so much, they would probably call it their best year yet. Canadians like William Shatner, star of stage and screen, who at the age of 90 became the oldest man in space, fulfilling a lifetime ambition he never felt possible. Also on the list, okay, that's as far as I got, but imagine Shatner went to space. Another highlight of this year, in my mind, this was a census year. Ah, you forgot that, didn't you? See, you were having too much fun. The census results are in, and can you believe it? We are now up to 38 million cannabis stores, many of whom reported a very good holiday season. Especially large were gummy sales in the lead up to Queen Elizabeth's annual Christmas message, where she honored her late husband, reflected on the holiday spirit before trashing the Ticats for conceding the single point that cost them the Grey Cup. We have a lot to look forward to in 2022. Our colleagues at CBC Sports are looking forward to attending the Winter Olympics in Beijing and returning, either by Air Canada or in a daring escape through the mountains on bobsled. Of course, Canada has announced a diplomatic boycott of the Games. We will send a team, but we will not allow any Canadian bureaucrats or diplomats to attend. A huge blow to our athletes' morale. Their dreams of having an awkward conversation with a guy named Wendell from the Department of Fisheries have been dashed. We are going to have a great time tonight. Unless, of course, the Prime Minister's poll numbers go up in the next 30 minutes, and then we'll be switching over to live footage of Justin Trudeau calling an election while hiding in his living room. So, before that happens, let's get this showbiz spectacular started. Our first performer of the night hails from Toronto, which is a city just east of Hamilton. He became an international star with one of the biggest hits of the decade, which was nominated for Song of the Year at the Grammys. From Blue Mountain Resort in Collingwood, Ontario, please say hello to JP Sachs.
Hey friends, I hope you're having a very beautiful New Year's Eve. I'm going to sing you a love song now. It's called Like That. You should know I'm a ways past the point where a mind can change. Nothing I'd rearrange. You're the perfect combination of reckless, stubborn and affectionate. And when you tell me we're steady, I know you mean every word of it. No one's ever loved me like that. 3 a.m. in a hospital bed, running high on my meds, saying no one's ever loved me like. Tell me no, you don't have to be strong, you've allowed to be wrong. No one's ever loved me like that. Mama crying cause your love is a kind she always wished I would find. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that. When I'm a mess or at my best, you're the first thing I don't second guess. I've seen enough and I can say you're the perfect combination of hectic, sexy and irreverent. And when you tell me we're steady, I know you mean every word of it. No one's ever loved me like that. 3 a.m. in a hospital bed, running high on my meds, saying no one's ever loved me like. Tell me no, you don't have to be strong, you're allowed to be wrong. No one's ever loved me like that. Mama cried cause your love is the kind she always wished I would find. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that. 3 a.m. in a hospital bed, running high on my meds, saying no one's ever loved me like. Tell me no, you don't have to be strong, you're allowed to be wrong. No one's ever loved me like that. Mama crying cause your love is the kind she always wished I would find. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that. No one's ever loved me like that.
Well, the party's really heating up in the shed now. Jimmy Rankin is Maritime royalty. Born into the first family of East Coast music, he's won pretty much every award available in the country. Tonight, he's in the barn at Normaway Inn, Margaree Valley, Cape Breton. From the shed to the barn, we are nothing if not classy. Here they are, Jimmy Rankin's Kitchen Party featuring Reenie Smith, Morgan Tony, and the pride of Craignish, Nova Scotia, Ashley McIsaac.
The sun was setting in the west. The birds were singing on every tree, and all nature seemed inclined to rest. But still there was no rest for me. Hey, everybody! Well, in Nova Scotia, that sea-bound coast, that a mountain's dark and drear I be. Oh, when I am far away on the briny ocean tops, will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? All right, Morgan. Risky amor-spa, set my heart see. Risky na gilgi ni gamar. Abgungi guptan ke sauki. Akin sesi ben dan del yisau. Scotia, that sea-bound coast, that a mountain's dark and dreary. Oh, and I'm far away on the briny ocean coast. Will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me?
They are at rest. Their arms are folded on their breast. And a poor simple sailor just like me will be tossed and driven by the deep dark sea.
Yeah, well, Nova Scotia, that sea-bound coast, that our mountains dark and dreary. Oh, and I am far away on the briny ocean coast. Will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? One more. Farewell, Nova Scotia, that sea-bound coast, that our mountains dark and dreary. Oh, and I am far away on the briny ocean tossed. Will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me? Will you ever heave a sigh or a wish for me?
Next, Walk Off the Earth plays at one of Toronto's historic music venues, the El Macombo.
Thursdays this January.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Closing up old wounds.
I just need to stay here until I believe that not everybody I love is gonna die.
And opening up new ones.
The accident didn't kill her. Then what did?
Whatever the case,
What information do you have?
when it comes to finding answers, she won't rest. Coroner, new season, Thursday at 8 on CBC and CBC Gem.
Welcome back to Canada's New Year's Eve countdown to 2022 on CBC. Once again, Rick Mercer.
Speaking of exclusive, the El Macombo is a fabled Toronto nightclub where the biggest acts of the last half-century have worked the stage, from the Rolling Stones to Hendrix to the Toronto Police Pipe Band. This year saw its reopening after extensive renovations, and we're going there now to join multi-platinum recording artists, Burlington's own Walk Off the Earth.
What's up, everybody? This is our brand new single. It's called Hold On To Your Love. Won't give up. Knocking at your walls, trying to put a crack in every time. You step in the light, you go running back in. I know that you felt the worst of heartbreak. So you locked it up and hid it in a dark place. Letting waters left you with a bad taste. So you just hold on to your love, hold on to your love. You don't wanna hurt anymore, so you just hold on to your love, hold on to your love. I'm just waiting and hoping you don't think you got it wrong, cause you see the sun. Maybe you could stay, I could be the one to hold on to your love, hold on to your love. Hold on to your love, hold on to your love, yeah.
Strands of hair falling in your face like I'm falling for you. Talk all night. How the hell did anyone ever ignore you? Counterclockwise stuck in the mixed drink. I wish that I could see the things you think. Write it all down, tell me everything. Just as long as you don't hold on to your love, hold on to your love. You don't wanna hurt anymore, so you just hold on to your love, hold on to your love. I'm just waiting and hoping you don't think you got it wrong, cause you see the sun. Maybe you can stay, I could be the one to hold on to your love, hold on to your love. Hold on to your love, hold on to your love, yeah. Let's close up and we take two.
You don't need to tell me what you've been through.
I'll spend the rest of my life beside you. Just as long as you don't hold on to your love, hold on to your love. You don't wanna hurt anymore, so you just hold on to your love, hold on to your love. I'm just waiting and hoping you don't think you got it wrong, cause you see the sun. Maybe you can stay, I could be the one to hold on to your love, hold on to your love. Hold on to your love, hold on to your love, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next artist is known for his heartwarming lyrics, which came in very handy in this -30 outdoor performance. Here's a classic from 2020, William Prince at Winnipeg's Odenna Celebration Circle.
Happy New Year, Canada. Greeting you from beautiful Treaty 1 territory in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I love staying up so late. I love getting a good night's sleep. I want to hear some old hymns tonight. I need to hear Christopher Wallace speak. I could go for some food right now. I could care less if we ever eat. I sure love just sitting around. Some days I'm never off my feet, but gotta love what you do, babe, for that jingle jangle, 'cause we only get a few days. Nobody makes it out of here anyway. Puts a shuffle in your shoes, babe. That's the thing worth chasing. Gotta love what you do, babe, so not a day goes wasted. Don't wanna let a day go wasted. So go ahead, be a scientist. Start a band with your best friends. Be the muscle with a phony list. Change some oil, burn your wrist. Stay home, raise a family. Go teach gym overseas. I'll love you for whatever it is. Just don't let a day go wasted. Don't wanna let a day go wasted. So, gotta love what you do, babe, for that jingle jangle. 'Cause we only get a few days. Nobody makes it out of here anyway. Puts a shuffle in your shoes, babe. That's the thing worth chasing. Gotta love what you do, babe, so not a day goes wasted. Happy New Year, Canada.
Well, as you know, life can toss you a curveball sometimes. For instance, what would you do if you were driving down the highway, you got the family in the back, and suddenly there was a landslide in front of you, and then you put her in reverse only to see that there's a mudslide behind you? Well, this is exactly what happened to hundreds of motorists in British Columbia last November, and when that happened, Canadian Forces helicopter crews swooped in to rescue everyone and their dogs. Joining me now in the shed from 442 Transport and Rescue Squadron at CFB Comox, let's welcome the pilot of one of those helicopters, Captain Jeff Berth. Hello, Captain, how are you?
Hey, Rick, good, how are you doing?
Well, this is an incredible story. Just walk me through what happened on that day. You woke up, were you expecting to be involved in a rescue mission?
No, not at all. I'm an instructor at 442, so I generally just do training trips. And I had seen that there were landslides in the news, obviously, but I had no idea that we were going to be tasked on them.
You just got the call that there were citizens trapped on the highway, and the highway was washing out underneath them, pretty much. And you got in the helicopter and you went. What were the conditions that you had to land in?
Pretty rough. There wasn't an obvious place to land. The highway was too tight.
So where did you land?
We landed on the edge of the landslide at the south end of the highway.
So part of the helicopter was on the landslide?
Yeah, the back two wheels initially were on the landslide. It was stable enough.
Like, what was the wind like?
Oh, the wind was crazy. I think it was gusting 40, 50 knots on the way in. And our rotor wash is quite strong, so we were kicking around a ton of debris.
And how were they when they got in the helicopter? Were they just incredibly grateful, or were they in shock, or?
A combination of both. I think most people were just very happy to get out of there.
You were rescuing children and animals, apparently? You rescued dogs?
Yeah, there's about 50 children in total and about, I think, 26 dogs and one cat, I think.
Were you afraid?
I was just afraid that we weren't going to get everybody out in time, just based off the night coming.
Right, and then they would have had to spend another night. And did you get everyone off before nightfall?
We did. We got everybody off, I think, around 6:30 or so, right before it was getting dark.
Well, what an incredible accomplishment, and I'm sure they were very, very happy to see that big yellow bird coming out of the sky. Thank you so much for joining us, telling us your story, and you have a very happy New Year. And thank you for your service and your jawline.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Coming up, we've got more music and merriment from across the country. So stick around. You're watching CBC's New Year's Eve Countdown. Our host for this evening, Rick Mercer.
Well, the new year arrives at the top of the hour. We hope. It is currently stuck in a shipping container in the port of Southampton. Our next performer is this year's winner of the Polaris Prize for Best Canadian Album. The Globe and Mail named him Music Industry Disruptor of the Year. And when he raps, his lyrics span the generations. Here is the former Poet Laureate of Edmonton, Cadence Weapon.
Yo, where you at? CBC, where you at? Yeah. Better not try and hate. Better not violate. I shine in the dark. Cut your lights off like storm like 98. I am the catalyst. Peep game like analyst. Don't send a sub at me. I might go sink a battleship. Like during wartime. They just want more life. Don't cover games, so I don't play Fortnite. No 2K, but I'll cook you in real life. Shoot from the elbow. Feel like I won't miss. Might just shoot from the hip. When you see me, don't trip. 1,000 like Kilo. Master my sound, Pino, Paladino. Shut your block down right now like Nino. Say what I feel, keep it real like Lido. Montreal rape got me feel like Gino. Fam getting paid got me feel like Tito. Hit a target like Rico. Cut that off, Vito. Sinner, 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 sinner. Sinner, 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 sinner. Woo! Sinner, 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 sinner. Right around town like my name, Sinner. Sinner, 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 sinner. Sinner, 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 sinner. Skirt! Sinner, 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 sinner. Come on now. Pour the champagne like my name, Sinner. When I'm on stage at a place get fill up, trying to win a race like my last name, Sinner. Hydroplane when I slide on the rhythm, flow like a chick came, might crash like a Civic MC DJ, put a dash in the middle. Roll for a week, might pack up the rental and smash just the middle. You know what a class guy has, she a system that's bad digital, so you scam her a giggle. When I'm backstage, got a van in a limo. At a hotel, better have presidential. I can pull strings on my hands on the fiddle. Might spray flames, put ash in the embers. Got great aim, no blast in a pistol. Might bring an Alberta flag on Kimmel. Don't take your dog, take it back to the kennel. You don't want nothing with us. Reject it all like my last name, Bickle. Street and rhyme scheme like a master of the riddle. And your whole scene stays cut when I'm finished. And your whole scene through the stop to the scrimmage. Cause the new floor might alter your image. Hit the spotlight, put a halt to the gimmicks. How'd you get on? Your fault to the critics. Hit the asphalt, dash off, I'm a menace. You know, I've always been myself, baby. That's the #1 thing I tell people. Be yourself. You know, I'm idiosyncratic and iconoclastic. I am me, brother. Why don't you just be you? Sinner, 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 sinner. Sinner, 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 sinner. Ah! Sinner, 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 sinner. Right around town like my name's Sinner. Sinner, 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 sinner. Hey, sinner, 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 sinner. Woo! Sinner, 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 sinner. Pour the champagne like my name's Sinner. Montreal, sinner, 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 sinner. Toronto, sinner, 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 sinner. Edmonton, sinner, 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 sinner. East Coast, right around town like my name's Sinner. BC, sinner, 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 sinner. Up top, sinner, 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 sinner. Yeah! Prairie, sinner, 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 sinner. Pour the champagne like my name's Sinner.
Well, I hope you're having as much fun as we are, or I should say, as I am. But here's something to try at home. The 2021 Canadian election game. That's where you jump up out of your chair, you throw all your money around the room, then you take the exact same seats you started with. And wherever you're seated, I hope you are warm, because it is a very different story at the Dakota Dunes Resort on Whitecap, Dakota Territory in Saskatchewan near Saskatoon, where Chief Darcy Bear and Vice Chief Ali Bear are right now braving wind chills in the -40s, along with our next performers and a crew that have pulled off a minor miracle to broadcast in a prairie cold snap. I now throw it to the Chief and Vice Chief to take us to our next performance.
Thank you, Rick. Hello, Canada. I want to welcome you to the Whitecap Dakota First Nation. And on behalf of the 74 First Nations in Saskatchewan and the people of our province, I want to wish all of Canada a very happy and successful 2022. I'm going to turn it over to Vice Chief Ali Bear.
We're so excited to be celebrating New Year's Eve with all of Canada. And tonight we're going to have a performance by High Valley and a beautiful collaboration with Buffalo Boy Productions.
Happy New Year, Canada.
Take my heart tonight, still be yours in the morning light. Hey, babe, what do you say? Give this love whatever it takes.
I could watch you name the stars for hours, tracing shapes in heaven with your hand. And if you like this clover field of flowers, I'll put all I got down to buy the land. Swing a hammer, climb a ladder. Come on, darling, it don't matter. Baby, I'd do anything for you. Take my heart tonight, still be yours in the morning light. Take your sweet old time, I can wait forever or whatever you like. Take this long shot, it's all we got. Hey, babe, what do you say? Give this love whatever it takes. If this fire I'm feeling's any indication, we're about to burn out of control. This ain't no temporary love here in the making. I can't wait to find out where it goes. Take my heart tonight, still be yours in the morning light. Take your sweet old time, I can wait forever or whatever you like. Take this long shot, it's all we got. Hey, babe, what do you say? Give this love whatever it takes. Take this road wherever it takes. Take my nights and take my days. Take my breath away. Give this love whatever it takes. Take my heart tonight, still be yours in the morning light. Take your sweet old time, I can wait forever or whatever you like. Take this long shot, it's all we got. Hey, babe, what do you say? Give this love whatever it takes. Give this love whatever it takes.
The countdown to 2022 is coming up fast. Still to come, a performance from JP Sachs. This program has been produced in accordance with applicable COVID-19 public health guidelines. A new year is right around the corner. Here to ring it in with all of us at home, Rick Mercer.
Our next performer started out playing the cello before switching to guitar and piano, thus missing out on the groupies and the wild parties of the cello lifestyle. He's one of Canada's most celebrated singer-songwriters of the past year. From Blue Mountain Resort in Collingwood, Ontario, J.P. Sachs.
I was distracted and in traffic. I didn't feel it when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. Were you out drinking? Were you in the living room chilling, watching television? It's been a year now. I think I figured out how to let you go and let communication die out. I know, you know, we know you weren't down for forever, and it's fine. I know, you know, we weren't meant for each other, and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you'd come over, right? You'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Sky be falling while I hold you tight. No, there wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Right? If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Right? I tried to imagine your reaction. It didn't scare me when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. That night we went drinking, stumbled in the house and didn't make it past the kitchen. Oh, it's been a year now. Think I figured out how to think about you without it ripping my heart out. And I know, you know, we know you weren't down for forever, and it's fine. I know, you know, we weren't meant for each other, and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you come over, right? Sky be falling while I hold you tight. No, there wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over, right? You come over, you come over, you come over, right? And I know, you know, we know you weren't down for forever, and it's fine. I know, you know, we weren't meant for each other, and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you come over, right? Sky be falling while I hold you tight. No, there wouldn't be a reason why we would even have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over, you come over, you come over, right? If the world was ending, you come over, right?
Never let it be said that one person cannot change the world or have an impact on highway safety in Canada. Joining me now in the shed, a woman who has made a lasting impact at the side of the road near you, Chloe Chapdelaine. Hello, Chloe.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm so happy you're here. This is a big story, years in the making, so let's just get to it. You were 18 years old, you were driving down the highway, you saw something that you didn't like, and you changed the world. Tell me about it.
It was a moose crossing sign, and it wasn't exactly how I would have designed it, so I redesigned it, and now it's going to be used on roads across Canada.
I think that I'm seeing over your shoulder the new and improved Moose Crossing sign for Canada. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so we'll take that sign and we'll put it side by side with the old Moose sign. We're now looking at both of them. Tell me, what's wrong with the old Moose?
Well, no hate to the original designer, but it's not how I would have done it. It's a little bit sad, maybe floppy.
It's like a moose that bet on the Leafs. Anything else?
It just wasn't the proud, majestic animal that you would imagine when you think of the iconic Canadian moose.
Would you see moose on your drive?
I actually have seen moose on this drive to work before. On the side of the highway, there are beautiful canola fields, and I would see moose walking through them.
Oh, a moose in a canola field. I can't think of anything more Canadian than that. So you contacted the government. How long did it take for them to take your design and run with it?
So 4 years later, or just about 4 years, I got the approval.
That's fast for the government. They must love this. Now, this is going to be the moose sign from coast to coast. Was this a lucrative thing?
No. So I did ask if they had budget, and unfortunately they didn't, but it was something that I was genuinely passionate about. I did it because I honestly cared about it, so I'm okay with giving them the design.
You could have sold that design to Norway and made a fortune. You, Chloe, are a great Canadian. Thank you so much for telling us your story.
Thank you.
You have a Happy New Year.
You have a Happy New Year, too.
Well, I know I said a couple of things there about the old moose, but the truth is that older moose has served this country with class and distinction for many years. We thank it for its service and wish it nothing but great things in the future.
Every highway may slip away on you.
2021 is wearing down to a little nub. Stay tuned for more here on Canada's New Year's Eve Countdown. We are moments away from the new year, Canada. Please welcome Rick Mercer.
Last year, we were broadcasting from Wayne Gretzky's estate in Niagara, and this duet scored high on the glove side. Here's Remember by Tyler Shaw and You're a Superstar by Simone Denny, featuring Devo.
Many times you threaten me that you are leaving, saying something like you're lost, you don't believe in us. I beg to differ, cause right here in this moment, you contradict yourself. Think back to when the days didn't feel so short. Sitting with the sun, anything could have happened. Dancing with the stars while I hold you close. Now I read the stories we used to imagine. Remember what it feels like when you're down and there's no one left around, baby. Remember what it feels like late at night. Remember what it feels like. You were always back and forth between emotion, calling me then hanging up. Which would you rather have? Every time that you're alone, yeah, you need me there, yeah, you need me there. Days didn't feel so short. Sitting with the sun, anything could have happened. Dancing with the stars while I hold you close. Now I read the stories we used to imagine. Remember what it feels like when you're down and there's no one left around, baby. Remember what it feels like late at night when we're lying side by side. Remember what it feels like when you're down and there's no one left around, baby. Remember what it feels like. Remember what it feels like. Remember what it feels like when you're down and there's no one left around, baby. Remember what it feels like late at night when we're lying side by side.
Don't you be afraid. Think of all the friends you made. Like any other night, you got your name in lights. You're a superstar. 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 So reach for the sky and hold your head up high. For tonight and every night, you're a superstar. So don't you be afraid. Think of all the friends you made, yeah. Like any other night, you got your name in lights. You're a superstar. Hey, you're a superstar, and your eyes will make you see. Ooh, yeah, you're a superstar. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're a superstar. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, and your eyes will make you see. Canada, you're a superstar.
How does someone play guitar in a -40 wind chill? Well, it's time to find out. A treacherous shoot that has come together with a lot of help from a fearless local community at the Dakota Dunes Resort on Whitecap, Dakota Territory in Saskatchewan, bringing the hits as they always do and putting their Stanfields to the test. Canadian country music powerhouse, High Valley.
Bow your head, take off your hat, about to say the blessing. Treat her like a lady, better get her home by 11. Put a little back, keep a little stash for them rainy days. Keep a good name, that's the way we were raised on. Them main streets and tractor seats, we put some country miles on. Friday nights, wide open skies, that 40 get wild on. Sweet by and by, I saw the light in a little white shirt way in the back. Grew up on that. Ricky Skaggs on the vinyl, King James on the Bible, feet on the dash with the subs in the back. Grew up on that. Big dreams on a dirt road with a small town sun sinking. Barbed wire, bonfires, one red light blinking. Home team, blue jeans, let her wear your jacket. Had it so good, didn't know how good we had it on. Them main streets and tractor seats, we put some country miles on. Friday nights, wide open skies, back 40 get wild on. Sweet by and by, I saw the light in a little white shirt way in the back. Grew up on that. Rick Skaggs on the vinyl, King James on the Bible, feet on the dash with the subs in the back. On them main streets and tractor seats, we put some country miles on. Friday nights, wide open skies, that 40 get wild on. Sweet by and by, I saw the light in a little white shirt way in the back. Grew up on that. With the Skaggs on the vinyl, King James on the Bible, feet on the dash with the subs in the back. We grew up on that. Grew up on that. Grew up on that. Grew up on that.
Well, we're about to say goodbye to this year. The greatest noisemaker is slamming the book on 2021. Have a great 2022. Let's meet back here in 365 days, but let's do that together. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder, cheek to cheek, mouth to mouth. Okay, I'll stop there. It's going to be a great year. The days where you might just kiss a complete stranger will come again. And speaking of those days, let's reach into the vault and take a look at countdowns done right. All together now!
10, 9, 8, 7,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New
Cape Breton Island, the barn is rockin'. Here's Jimmy Rankin with special guests performing You Feel the Same Way Too.
Hey, hey, sweet darling, let's go dancing tonight. My clock has been ticking, babe, tells me the timing's just right. Well, should normally